Hello, my name's Maria. Welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. Today, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a day in the life of, not follow it from early morning to late at night and everything I'm doing, but I just thought we'd pop out and just have a look what everybody's up to today. I was debating whether to do the loin chops or whether to do them on Friday, but I forgot to take them out the freezer anyway, so it's definitely going to have to be Friday. So yeah, Friday we're going to do the air frying for the loin chops, just so you know. But I thought today we'd just have a bit of a wander around, a bit of a chat, and just have a look what's going on outside really, and see what everybody's up to. And I remember, I'm not well, I think it was the last garden vlog that I did, and I was saying about the rabbits and saying that we're going to get guinea pigs. Well, guess what? Got some guinea pigs. It was quite coincidental really, because not long after I'd made the video and said about it, my niece came forward and she was getting rid of 2 guinea pigs. Now, I don't know if she'd seen the video and knew that we were after some, or whether it was just purely coincidental, but she got 2 guinea pigs that she needed to find a home for. And she rang me up and said, would I be interested in them, or did I know anybody who was? So straight away I was like, oh yeah, Sean wanted guinea pigs, you know, so yeah, we'd definitely be interested. So we've adopted her guinea pigs, 2 little girls called Beryl and Phyllis. So I'll show you them outside. But also we had some sad news. A sad thing happened on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday at the weekend. One of Sean's rabbits died. We got up and found one of her rabbits dead, Peanut, the little brown one, little beige coloured one. That one had passed away. The night before, it was looking a bit lethargic, but we just put it down to the heat because it had been really hot. And although we give them like cool bottles and everything like that, and they're always okay, but I don't know, maybe she was just poorly. We were putting it down to the heat. Anyway, the next morning we found her dead, so yeah, she passed away. But they're quite old. They're between 6-7 years old anyway, so they're not like young rabbits. And we had them from a pet shop. They were like rescue rabbits that the pet shop took in and sell on, and we'd had them from there. So you don't know what's wrong with them anyway. But we'd had them 2 years and they were doing all right. And a sister rabbit's doing okay. Keeping an eye on her because they can get a bit lonely on their own. Supposed to really have them in 2s or more, but we're keeping an eye on her, seeing how she's going, making sure she's eating. And normally she comes up to Sean, she licks Sean, making sure she's still got that contact, because when she starts not having that contact or starts not eating, you know, she's starting to sort of brood or go into a bit of depression over the loss of her sister. So we're keeping on it. So far so good. There's no signs that she's sort of brooding over it or anything. So far so good, because if it did, we'd have to see if we can get another single rabbit, and then we'll have to bond them before we can actually put them together. But we're keeping an eye on her and see how she goes. Some rabbits are fine on their own, even though they're meant to be together. Some are okay on their own, and others do prefer the company. So it's something to keep an eye on, especially if she's always had the company. So yeah, I'll show you all that out there, and tell you what I've been doing as well. My latest little hobby. I say my latest little hobby, it's something I had over a year ago that I was going to do, and then I've got round to it. Dean's been out picking some blackberries. I've just got to go and put some sugar on them. So I'll go and do that now, and then we'll have a wander around and we'll have a look what everybody's doing out there. I can see Sean from here, she's out cleaning the animals. So we'll do that. In fact, we'll walk together around here. So yeah, here is the latest lot of, I think it's a raspberry just, it's actually blackberries. Do you know, I'm always calling things by the wrong name. I kept calling the pork chops, what did I keep calling them? Lamb chops. I'm always saying the wrong thing. But we picked another big colander thing full. These has loads more forming. So what I'm going to do with these, put a bit of sugar on them, and this will bring any bugs to the top then that's lurking in there. Now, I know when we were kids, we used to put sugar on, and we picked them from the hedgerows, you put the sugar on, and next morning all the maggots will have come to the top. But I've not found no maggots, not found any at all yet in these. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on because this will get washed anyway. Rinse through. So I'm going to leave that on there. and I'll leave it for the day, probably later on today, then I'll rinse it through. But the only thing we found on there is woodlice. We've had lots of woodlice, and we seem to have had loads in the garden this year. We don't normally get them, but this year they've been everywhere, so I don't know what it is, why this year, and they've been eating things, but we have found them on here. But you don't see them like this, but once you put the sugar on, they start to come to the top, and then you see them, and just take them off then. Wash them off. Another thing that with the last lot that we did, we started getting some like little baby caterpillars coming to the top with their easy to spot because they're bright green. So I put the sugar on. We'll leave them like that now for the sugar to settle, and anything that's in there will sense that sweetness and come to the top for it. So yeah, we'll leave that like that. I'm going to put my gardening shoes on, my tatty old shoes, and we're going to go out and see what everybody's doing. I just thought we'll have a catch up today, really. It's not often I do catch ups. I'm either finding something to cook or doing shopping, and I've done lots of shopping. I'm having a break from shopping today. We went to the cinema yesterday, took Sean to see Inside Out 2. That's quite nice. I love going to the cinema. So I sat there with my chocolate, bought coffee and watching the movie. So that's quite nice. I enjoy doing that. So that was yesterday. I thought today we'll just have a wander around. So we'll go outside and we'll see what's happening. Just look at that. That's totally died, that has. Right from the bottom, it's gone brown, totally died. Mind you, there's lots of seeds on there ready for getting once they get a little bit fatter. I don't know what's happened to them this year. They seem to have died off quick. I'll show you the other one. This is the other one, and it's not quite as bad as that one, but let's come round here and you can see underneath. Look at that, it's all dying all the way up. This was the problem I'm having with things, they're dying from the bottom up. Still a few flowers on top, but sweet peas don't last long anyway. They're sort of only like a couple of months long. But yeah, I've got Sean is down here, stay in here. Sean's in with the rabbit, playing with the rabbit, making sure that she's okay and not feeling lonely. I'll shut that gate properly. And there's, see how she licks her. So that's a good sign. She's not fretting or brooding over Peanut. She seems quite happy. Looking away. I'd be worried to take a bite out my finger. Aren't you worried she'll do that, Sean? No. But she's always licking you, isn't she? And she's still doing it, so she's okay. She's not showing any signs of depression or anything like that. Playing ball with Sean. And she's eating okay, so she may be all right. We may not have to get another one for her. She seems perfectly fine. She's come to see what I'm doing now. So I don't think we can see. They've gone indoors, haven't they, Sean? This is where we've got the guinea pigs in here. But I don't think we can see them in there. I don't really want to open the door and scare them or anything because they're still a little bit nervous at the minute. They're just starting to come round and just starting to come out and see what Sean does when she comes to see them. Before they were just hiding, now they're just coming out and they're inquisitive. So yeah, they won't go down the bottom though. They've got all this area down here and they've got their own little house that they come with, but they won't go down the bottom. I don't know why. I'll try and encourage them to go down a bit because there's lots of area for them to run around there. But they're just hiding in that little cubby hole end at the moment. So something else I'm going to show you. Oh, there's a door locked, Sean. Have you got the key for the door?
Do you want me to go again?
Please. We'll go in here. Some of you may have been in here before and others may not, but we'll go in because what I've been doing is in there. Hello, Marshmallow. Got your treats and your food. Yeah, she's looking fine. I wish the others would come out. Cassie, what are you doing in here? Come on out. Cassie, come on. This is the trouble. She's so nosy. Come on out. She's very curious about the guinea pigs, what they are and what they're doing. Right. see, we've started painting all the tops grey. I'll show you the sheds in a minute now when they've been painted, but some of you may have been in here before. Put the light on. You may have seen us doing it all out. But that's my nice end. I love that end. It's where I can sit, and I've got my 2 little tables. We're a bit cluttered at the minute up this top end because we're sorting stuff out. But that end I thought would be a nice end where we could sit and have chats and things like that. You know, like podcast type chats, that kind of thing. But not at the moment because I've got to clear this top end. I got my light shades, pink beams and painted white. Photos on the wall. Oh, have the guinea pigs come out?
I just wondered that.
Oh shit. We'll see if we can creep. I'll show you what I'm doing in a minute. We'll see if we can creep to her. It's heat in the A. There we are. That one's Beryl. Don't get too close because she might run. She is eating the hay. They love that. They got lots of treats and things like that. That's one of them. Are you going to say hello? Let's go back in what I was going to show you anyway. Let's go back in here. That's one of them. The other one looks pretty similar, only it's more blotchy coloured, not got the thick bit around the middle. So what I'm going to show you, this is what I'm doing at the moment. I had a flower press for my birthday last year, and so I've had it just over a year now. And yesterday, I'm not going to open it, you might just be able to see the top of it. I decided to do press some flowers. So I put a few sweet peas in. I put a few of the I forgot the name of it, clematis is in, and then that sort of poppy looking flower at the front, I don't know what the name is, I put a couple of them in as well, and some leaves. So I'm going to leave them now for about 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm leaving them in here because when the light's out it's dark in here and warm and dry in here. So I'm going to leave them on top of there for now and see what they do. I'm hoping to press them, perhaps put them in some frames, so we'll see. I'll show you when I've done with them. Underneath that, it's all junk. Well, I say junk, it's stuff for selling. I got given a cricket machine, well, Lisa did, and we're going to have a look at that because they're very good machines to have. My son's got a box full of stuff that I want to see if he's taking, what he's doing with it. I've got bedding out the airing cupboard for single bed because we've all got a double bed, so it's no good anymore. So I want to sell that as well. Underneath the table, there's some of Daniel's stuff that he's stored there. So what I want to do is get his 2 boxes, push them right to the back, because I've got tablecloth like this, normally goes over there and it hides all that down there. So I want to sort that out. That is for art and crafts. It normally goes over here against this wall, but you can't put it there because we've got all these knitter machines, loads and loads of knitter machines, and in the big table it's a knitter machine. Then over here it's all knitting parts in them tubs and knitting books. So yeah, but I've sold these on eBay and I'm waiting for them to be collected. So as soon as they're collected, then this table here, well, this plastic drawers can go back over in that corner, which should be ideal for crafting and that. That area, like I say, underneath there, the box will all go under there. That's all Daniel's bits, so I can swing them around and push them right to the back. The bins under there, I've got a swing bin there that can go back under there then, and cover all that up. But I've got some boxes upstairs which I've been sorting out, things that I don't want, so it can be for like selling as a job lot, or maybe have a yard sale, or take it to a car boot. But I'm going to bring them boxes down and put them on top of here, and then we'll just keep filling them. I might just keep filling them up over winter, then next spring have them, there'll be plenty there for a car boot, or just a yard sale would be quite nice actually. So I've got to sort all this out, but until all of this goes, I'm waiting for them to say when they'll collect. They bought it last weekend. I think they're coming from a fair way, so probably if they're a business, they'll be sort of, you know, planning the trip for picking other things up along the way maybe. So I'll probably hear something this weekend, hopefully. So that's gone out the way. And then, like I say, this can go back over there. That's my nice area. I love the little fire in here. It's beautiful in winter and snug. I can get my little tables back at the side then. This all wants sorting and cleaning. I've got some rabbit bits under there, which could be sorted out once all this stuff goes. Empty tub there that I'll fill with things that I want to sell, job lot things, maybe put some of that bedding in it, and that can go on that table when I've sorted it. So this end is all a bit junked up at the moment, but like I say, it'll get sorted. So I've been working on all of that, and all this then will be sorted, and then I can have some space back. I've got these tables as well. These are like grooming tables. I've got two of them. There's this black one, and they're the tops for each one there, and there's one underneath there as well. I'll keep one probably, but I'll sell the other one. So yeah, that's all the stuff. Sort of me junk out on there. I don't know what that's off. I think that stand is what the portable DVD player goes on when they're doing Halloween movies and things on Halloween. I think it's for the projector, to do with the projector. It has it has like portable DVD player and sound system, and then a projector. So it's for movies for Halloween. So that might as well stay there till they're ready to use it. Then they can pack it away then, where it came from originally. So yeah, Sean's Hoover down there, that's the outdoor Hoover. It's quite good because it's like an industrial one that sucks up water and all sorts. So she uses it for the rabbit areas, Dean uses it for sheds and that. This all wants a good sweep up down here, but until all this moved and I can get to it, not a lot will be done. And that's my marquee there, and that's some old jumper that came with all this knitting. Like, it can be put in a jumble bag and go round to the clothes bank things that we have on car parks. So that's this area. It's quite a nice area really. I did it all in pink and white and I liked it. It was really nice. And I can't wait that I can sit in that bit again. But I don't like sitting there at the moment because it's so junked up on this side. But it's somewhere I can come and do some crafting as well. So I can sit in here and craft and, you know, do some flower pressing if it all works out all right. I think we're a bit screw with there. If it all works out all right, I want to put them in frames and then maybe get some bigger presses as well and do some bigger flowers. I think it's quite nice to preserve the flowers in the garden, but I've not done them like that before. When I was a kid, we used to, with my mum, put them between heavy books and things like that, but I've never actually done any proper flower pressing as such, not since I've been grown up. So yeah, that'd be quite nice. And maybe then when I've got rid of all the bits and pieces, like I said, I'm going to put tubs on that table behind you over winter probably and fill it up with bits ready for next spring. Then we'll either sell them as a job lot or take them to a car boot or see if we can have a yard sale. And then that table will be free and I could put some, if I'm enjoying doing the flower pressing, I can get some bigger ones and maybe do some there and frame them there and see what they're like. Do some things, or make cards. You can make cards and bookmarks, things like that. So I thought it might be quite nice, like a hobby area really, craft and hobby area. So yeah, that's what it's like in here at the moment. We're going to have a look at the sheds now, how far we painted if you like, and we're going to see what Dean's doing today. Right, we can see like here the beams have been painted, and up there we'll go through, make sure the dog's not anywhere. It seems really nice and light and big and bright under here now. Just might have to paint this little cubbyhole bit, but he's put all the fencing bits he's made in there and my pots are on top, so that's like a little storage area now. You can see all my raspberries, look at them, how they're dying. I mean, I showed you in the last gardening vlog how everything's dying from the bottom, and look at it, there's a bit left at the top. Thinking I might just chop the rest of these down now and see what happens next spring, because there's nothing forming on them really. Well, might be a little bit of something there, but I don't know. Maybe I'll chop them, maybe I'll leave them, I'll see, I don't know. But if he does, then we can finish painting these, because he's started painting the like the posts and the top, but I want to paint down as well, but we can't while the raspberries are there. But we'll see. Shove the plastic thing in there. I've got some more of these plastic containers to go in, so I'm going to put them in there, and that'll be like a greenhouse area. And then I want to cover this all in with some plastic or something. I don't know, maybe just get loads and loads of rolls of bubble wrap. Don't know, we'll see. Sheds grey. I think he hasn't finished this one, he's on this one at the moment, so this one's got to be finished and have another coat there. I think this one's finished and that one's finished, so they all look grey.
That one ain't.
That one isn't.
I've got the other side here.
Oh, you got the back of that one. So he's tidying up all the strawberries, and we're going to see if we've got any beetroot ready. I've saved some jars, so I thought we could pickle some beetroots. Oh, you've got some in the bucket. Could have had me truggies on the table, my plastic trug over on the table. That's ideal just to wash them off. And no, nothing seems to be very good this year, does it? Everything sort of grows and dies off, or not grown at all. But I've got these to do. I still haven't planted any of them yet, but I've got loads of there, so not a problem. So we're going to do them in a bit. Do the beetroot and pickle some. I'll better check I've got some vinegar. I can hear the dog somewhere. Took the onions up. The onions are all gone there in the greenhouse.
Trying to get the back of the shed, you can't get around there now.
So yeah, we'll go back down this way. You see, like, this was a new plant. You can see it's like green, but look at it. Look at the leaf on it.
Cassie, come on.
She's terrible, Cassie is, because he's not got the back a bit blocked at the moment because he's going through painting. The dog can get round, and then she comes all the way round this shed and comes out down this end. She's a pest. See, down here you can see the leaves on the sweet peas. They're really brown. They don't normally go this brown usually, not this quick anyway. And last week they were blossoming and I was taking flowers down to the ground. Now I've about had it. My strawberry plants got beetroot plants have got, oh, we'll get it right. Tell me what it is. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. The tomato plants have got flowers on, but nothing much. And it's the same in the greenhouse. And the cucumber plants only got 2 cucumbers. And the rest of it just isn't doing anything. We can have a wander and see. Bunny's having a rest now. Oh, both the guinea pigs are out then. I've frit them. I didn't realise they were out. You stay there. Come, you're not going through. See, this where he took the blackberries from, and there's still loads more on the bush. Absolutely loads of them, especially at that top end. I can see loads that are still black up there. Right up there, look. Right, let's have a wander. I wasn't giving you a garden tour, but here I go. I got some flowers finally grown on the sunflowers. Something's eating them all, they've got holes in everything. Oh, you can see that it is in better here. And we got some in the bucket. They're not too bad. Some of them might not be ready yet, but
Too close together, that's the trouble.
They're dying off, and I've got some new ones coming there. But I shoved a couple more beans in a lot, and I've got new shoots coming. There's all the onions. They're all drying out. They can all be tied up soon. They'll all be dried. It smells really onion in here. Onion-y in here. Yeah. There's some flowers on here, but the same as outside. Nothing really happening. 2 cucumbers. Probably about ready to pick. I don't think they're going to get much bigger. but the leaves are going a bit yellowy. Cassie, out of my thing, look at her. Drinking the water out of my watering can. That's from my plants in here, Cassie. But I've had other cucumbers on, but like you see, they're withered and died. Same up there, withered and died. There was quite a few looking hopeful down there, but they've withered and died, so I think I'm only going to get them too. I've got a couple of tomatoes grown here, plum ones. That looks promising, but the plants don't look green. They sort of look yellowy. I don't know what it is with this year. I really don't. Got been going there, shoved couples of beans in here, there and everywhere. So see if we get a few late ones. This is where Dean took the fencing from. He's clearing all this gradually because we're going to sort all the duck pen out. So, but that's a job for later on. Still the other side first. So that's what everybody's up to at the moment. That's how the garden's looking. It wasn't really supposed to be a garden tour, but I get a bit carried away when I'm out there. On the plus side, I can see my dahlias coming out. And I was trying to save the seeds from them this year because the marigolds, the ones on the front, there's not many and that's all I've got. And I need to save as many seeds as I can. So Dean's doing the beetroot now. So when he comes back in with it, I'll probably let you join us as we process it all. He says it's not very good. There's not many. Some of them aren't doing nothing at all. Some have been eaten, so they're not doing very brilliant. Nothing seems to be brilliant this year. I mean, we managed to scrape some things out of the garden, but I think I'm going to have to rethink this garden lark. Anyway, we're back in a minute when we do this beetroot. Right, we bought some beetroot in. Let's see if we can see. I've got the big pan ready to put in the big pan somewhere behind the bucket. Just wash the muck off them and then just cut the tops and bottoms. I don't know if you've got a knife. No? Oh yeah, you've got a knife. So see how many we can actually fit into the pan. It's quite a big pan. Still got a few on the in the plot, he said, that aren't quite big enough yet, so we'll leave them and see if they grow a bit more. No, we'll just have some baby beets. But I've got a jar, I've saved a jar, coffee jar. We should save some more really, but I'm going to pickle some. I've checked, I have got some brown vinegar, so I'm going to put some into vinegar and pickle one, and then the rest will be boiled, done, put in bags, and once they're cool they can go in the freezer. Well, when they're cool they'll go in the bags and then in the freezer. So I'll have some pickled and some in the freezer, depending how many I've got here. Bring it back down. So all sizes, got some smaller ones, some bigger ones. So put them into the pan, put some water in, then we'll boil them, and then they'll boil for, or I'll probably leave them till the skins come off. It normally takes about an hour if I've got quite a full pan, but we'll just leave them till I can touch them and the skin just comes away. Then I can run them in cold water and take all the skins off them then and process them. I'm going to process them. So it takes about an hour, and when it's doing, your kitchen smells earthy. It has a really earthy smell. So it's not a horrible smell. It's not the best of smells either. It just makes your kitchen smell earthy. So I've been looking at these blackberries as well down here. There's nothing crawling in them yet, so maybe they'll be clean. I don't know, but we'll leave them a while. We'll see. Do we need to do 2 lots, do you think? How many have we got there? To overload it. Normally we're sort of picking them early on and we get sort of a few at a time. They come through bit by bit, so you're processing them bit by bit, not always all at once. Sorry about that wobbling, that was me dragging you around, so they're just lifting you. So yeah, you sort of do some and I'll do them in a bit. So we'll have enough for 2 panfuls. So this is going to take quite a lot of the day doing. So we're not going to be short of beetroot. We'll have plenty of beetroot by the time we're done. And the ones that are growing in the garden, what I'll probably do them, I don't know how many is left in there, but as they grow, I'll perhaps save some more jars and pickle a few more of them then. So I've got one lot here, and swing around, bring down to the oven. It's going to lift the lid up. The lid's already up. I'm always doing daft things. So we'll just put it onto the bigger side. I did have a lid for the pan somewhere. I can find it. There we go. Just pop the lid on there and I'll turn it on. Make sure that's on its highest. That's it. And we'll leave that do now. And we'll come back to it when it's all cooked and we'll process it then. Okay, so the first lot have boiled. Dean's going to take them off the stove now and drain them. Scrape the top with the skins come loose, poked a knife in, the soft in the middle, and done that with bigger ones, so we know they'll be all right. It's such a messy, I mean, see how messy the pan is probably down the side, and my cooker's a pretty picture, but there's another lot to go in yet, so it's not worth cleaning it down just yet. But one thing, it does wipe off really well. So if you're doing beetroot and you think, oh goodness, all that mess, don't worry, it does wipe off really well. It's very short on space here. That's our trouble. We're very short on space. We've got to cool all that down now. I don't know if you can see them. I'm too close because the steam will go on the camera. And there we go. It gets steamed up and then people won't see anything at all. So get them all to cool best we can. Probably have to stand them in something to cool them as well, leave them cool down. I've got another load in there that will cook on. This lot to cool down. We'll peel the skins off then, and then the ones that we're going to put into a jar, we'll slice and fill the jar up. And then the ones that aren't going in the jar and the jar's full, we'll just leave whole, and then we freeze them whole. There you go, you can see better there, how it peels off so easily. Just slides off. It's cooling them down now that takes a while as well, not just cooking them, it's the cooling of them, because they take a while to cool. And I don't want to put them in the vinegar. Lost my microphone. So I don't know how much you heard because I lost my microphone then. I don't want to put them in the vinegar until they're ready. Well, cool. Put it down a bit round. It's always a big job when you're harvesting stuff, especially apples. Oh, I remember last time we did them, it was nearly all day picking. We had a great big laundry basket full of them, picking them, peeling them, plunging them into lemon water to stop them going yellow, and then to freeze them into bags, and had to get them in and freeze them quick, so drop them straight into deep freeze as quick as possible and without touching each other, so that they were just sort of touching the really cold things. These are kind of nice now. Probably have to leave them in the water for a little while just to cool down. But yeah, we'll leave Dean do that, and then, like I say, we'll leave them in the water for a little while just to cool down, and then we'll come back and we'll pop some in the jar and we'll see what it's like, how much we can get in the jar. I'll probably have to save a couple more jars. I'd like a couple more. So being there's some beetroot still in the garden, I will sort of use jars for them. I'll save some jars. So we'll come back in a little while. Okay, I think they're cool enough to slice. So I've got a jar of malt vinegar, bottle, and a jar to slice some in. So swing it around. Steve's going to slice them and then layer them into the jar. Not sure how much the jar will hold. I've not used this size jar before. In fact, I haven't pickled them for a few years. I've always bagged them and put them in the freezer. So this time I just fancied pickling some. I said, let's do a few in pickles. So that's what we're doing. We don't put all the pickling spices or things like that in anything because some of us can't take it because of acid. So, in there. We've got the other batch on cooking at the minute, so it smells very earthy in here. Actually, I wonder if I can hold it up and see both of us, all of us. There we are. Why didn't I think of that before? It's just too easy. And the thing is, I haven't got brilliant lighting because I've got you facing a different way where I normally have you. Normally, like where the sink is by Dean, I've got you standing in there and I'm working on this side. But it's the other way around today because we've got all the blackberries on the side. Nothing's come up out of them yet, so hopefully they're going to be clear, but I'll drain them a bit later, leave them for the day just sat in the sugar. And if anything does come out, then we'll be able to see it. You can see there, that's it. That's it, I can see again. Trouble is, my arm moves. I'm very wobbly. But I just want you to see what he's doing. I can see better if I look through the camera actually, because I can see if I move in the wrong position there. But it seems to be just sort of layering them up because of the shape of them. They're not very small. Could have done with smaller ones, I think. So it's just more layering up than anything. It's like in a row, been layered up. Because I think, because of the shape of the jar, it's a bit like a cylinder shape and the size of the beetroot. I'll come this way. It's alright, I'm trying to get the light a bit where you can still see. There we are. As long as I don't move. It's when I look away and look at it, I tend to move. So it's taken a few. How many have you used so far, Dean? How many have you?
4.
4. Oh, we're not going to use more than that, that's for sure, are we?
Well.
Okay, so that's now going to get filled with some vinegar. And then the rest of them, I'll get some bags out, some freezer bags. They'll go in them and then they'll go into deep freeze. So let's just bring you closer. There we go. Can we see? What's it doing? Bring it back a little bit. There we go. Can get with it not squirting. Sometimes I know it is low. Well, I don't know if we can say I'm not in the right position, am I? There we go. I'm impressed that it's filming malarkey. Maybe I've got enough vinegar because it's quite a high jar. Have got white vinegar, but I tend to use that if I'm pickling eggs, that kind of thing. Otherwise I use the brown vinegar, and if we're doing little onions I buy the pickling vinegar, but this is just the normal malt.
Oh, where's my fish and chips now?
Well, you do, because when we've used the beetroot out of there, it's empty, we don't throw the vinegar away. Dean will often use it if he has chips or anything where he wants to put vinegar on, and it'll get used for that then, so it doesn't go to waste. Over the top. What I like about using the coffee jars as well, they've got screw-on lids, whereas I have got like jars for jams and chutneys and that, but they've not got the screw-on lids like these. Squirting everywhere. There we are. I think we're done. I think we're at the top. Won't go too far. Might not go over. Want the lid. There. And there we have it. 1 jar of beetroot. So we'll leave that stand now. I mean, that can stay like that till Christmas and it'll be nicely pickled. So I'll pop that on the side, then I put a label on it just to say when we did it. And the rest now I'm going to put some in bags, and when the next lot's done and cold, they'll go in bags as well. So that's that for today. I won't show you putting them in bags because obviously you know how to put things in a bag. But yeah, that's it for today. I won't let you follow us around anymore. But I'm going to wash my hands a bit because I've got stuff on them. So thank you for watching, and join me on Friday. We're going to do the air frying of those pork loin chops on Friday. I must remember to take them out Thursday night, and we'll see how they go in the air fryer. I'm a bit nervous about doing them in there, but we'll see how they go. So until then, take care everybody. Bye.